Hello everyone, this is something new for me and my channel. Done a little bit of spending, got myself a nice chroma-key screen behind me. Big thanks to GP Llama for the tips and advice on how to get this set up, really appreciate it. So just a quick update as to where I am. If you do follow my blog, you will have seen that I dropped Zwift earlier on in the year, mainly because they were removing support for all older devices. And sat just down at the side of me, I have a really nice rugged Samsung tablet in a special charger holder. I've had it for quite a while, but it's never ever faltered. Still works perfectly with my core body temperature sensor and my zone heart rate sensor. I used it mainly for the companion app, and it's worked perfectly okay. But I say when they move old technology and leave some of us in the wayside, I'm not really at a point where I want to go out and spend another £1,000, £1,200 on a new iPad just to be able to use the companion app. The same with the phone. I use an iPhone 8 Plus. That works perfectly okay, so I'm not in any mood or any rush just to go out and change it to get a new phone just to use the companion app. So I decided to jump back onto Rouvy's platform and give that another go. It's been a long while since I used Rouvy. I used it in the early days. Really liked it because of the augmented reality and the scenery that you ride through. Much more realistic than the cartoony Zwift that you're used to seeing. And now they've had, the new cycling dynamics for the riders, and the riders lean into the rise in the corners. Looks really effective. So I'm really enjoying Rouvy again, and you'll no doubt see it promoted a little bit more all the way through the blog and hopefully through the channel. I'm going to start giving some of the group rides and races a go, see what I think of those. So yeah, there we go. Rouvy's number one for me. So while we're on the little video, you can obviously see two little things poking up here. These are some, I'm trying to keep them out of the shot because they want to be reviewed on the blog. They're basically bottle holders, CNC aluminium anodized bottle holders. I've got them paired up with a couple of my favourite Elite bottle holders, running the Active Root 700ml sports bottles, packed full of peppermint and ginger carb drink and lemon balm electrolyte in the other. Also in the frame I have another two of the identical bottles, so when I start doing some of the longer endurance rides, I've no need to get off the bike to keep getting hydration. And I think this is a clever idea. But I think probably my favourite purchase for the indoor trainer so far has to be another little thing which I'm trying to keep hidden, but I'll give you a little sneaky preview of it, and that's this. Yes, I know it looks like a rather strange thong. A very, very sweat protector with a phone holder, with the added difference that this sweat protector goes around the hoods. It's made of a really soft toweling material. It's padded with quite a thick neoprene foam underneath, and it completely covers the top of your bars. Doesn't restrict them, it's not tied down, it's just fastened down with two Velcro straps. Beautiful to hold on the grips. You can hold the drops for absolutely hours. I did it the other day on one of the longer rides, 37.26 miles on Rouvy. Super comfy. And it's also helped me because 9 out of 10 times when I'm riding long rides, excuse me, I ride with gloves on. So now I've got my hands free. They're not hot, they're not sweaty, and they cool down nicely with a blast of air from the kicker. So that is a very clever product, designed by a small company. I've spoken to the guy. He's obviously done a lot of indoor training himself, looked at what was available, probably used the Elite one, which I've done before, and come up with this idea. And I'm all for protecting expensive Pro Logo bar tape, so this is a winner. I liked it so much I actually bought a second one, so when I've got one in the wash, and yes, it is fully machine washable, I've got a spare one to go back on the bike so I can keep up training. So I'm really enjoying this clever product. It's one of the first ones as well I've seen that's actually got an anchor point in the middle of it just for the top tube. The others tend to flop about a bit. So this has got my vote. Again, this wasn't sent free of charge for me to review. I purchased the first, liked it, and purchased the second one. Very happy with it. So there's quite a few things that'll be coming for the blog that's quite new for this season that I've done different. This is the first I'm actually riding with Schwalbe insider tyres on the rollers. I did have one front tyre overheat and pop its inner tube on the rollers, which was a very tasty incident, I must admit. So hopefully these new Schwalbe roller specific tyres will run a lot cooler. The initial tests I've done them have been a lot quieter, and I'm running them as a 723C, and the resistance is not quite high, maybe a touch more than what you would see on a genuine rubber road tyre, but Schwalbe tell me that rubber roll tyres, because of the way the carcass is designed, the constant heat in the middle, it doesn't do them any good. They can pop out through the sidewalls and deform, so hopefully these ones won't. So you can't really see the other thing I've got down there. I will try and show you is they sat down here on the is a body temperature monitor. So that's busy sat while I'm riding, measuring my skin temperature and my core temperature, which is leading from some new data that's come out about heat training. Very specific, very similar to how you would perform an FTP test. You perform a heat ramp test first. It finds your optimal heat training zone. When you're in that zone, you're at your most efficient. If you're over it, you lose a lot of power. These studies have been done particularly in the 2022 Tour de France, where some of the teams, it's secret which teams have actually been using them, but they have actually been testing this new piece of equipment. And I must admit I like it. I found it really interesting. I did a couple of rides sub temperature, which is what it classes as my workout zone. Looked at the FTP, looked at the figures, looked at the cadence, looked at my heart rate. It does work in conjunction with your heart rate monitor, which is quite interesting. Currently at the minute I'm not pushing anything ridiculous, doing around about 130 watts, and I'm currently running at about 37.35 degrees C, which is actually in my workout zone. So according to this, I could keep this maintained and still have a good power output. So that's it for the core. A couple of other things that are coming up for the blog. As you might have seen, anybody that's on Instagram, anybody that uses Active Route, they've actually released for trial for people to buy some energy tubes. So they'll be taking on the big contenders like Cliff. The difference being, these are all natural. They're not like a chunk of Robinson's jelly your mum used to rip up and boil with hot water when you were a kid. Not that I don't dislike Cliff chews. I like this natural approach and the slightly kinder approach to the environment with the recycled packaging, no big tubs, Active Root have got a section on their website called the refillery, and these are in biodegradable paper bags. I seem to just buy them and top my existing plastic tub up. I've been doing that for 2 years now. More than happy with that. So the new chews are basically, if you're familiar at Christmas time, particularly it might have been your dad when you were younger, you could get packets or jars of stem ginger or crystallised ginger that were sweets. So it's very similar to that, but comes in a few different flavours. So I think there's a blueberry, a strawberry, a natural ginger and a lemon peel. It's a nice powerful hit of ginger, packed with carbohydrates and electrolytes, and of course it's kind on your stomach, because as we all know, ginger's a good stomach settling agent. So that's another product that's coming up for review. You can get a trial pack of chews with any order, just over £20, and there's also an affiliation link on my website that gives you a discount if you've not already bought from Active Roots. Click that link, open your account and put your first order in. So what else is new for this year? So much happened. So much happened. Yes, as you can see, obviously today I'm riding in the Lapel colour scheme, which is one of my favourites. I spent a long while hunting to try and find a couple of Merida Lapel bikes. Managed to come across two absolutely immaculate. I think I've got a 905 and a 903. This is currently the 903. Aluminium, really nice bikes. Most of you know I'm not a carbon fibre fanatic. As light as they are, don't quite like the feel that they give of a hydroformed alley frame. And I love my Meridas, all my bikes are Meridas. So we've got two of them. One of them had a full complete rebuild, new bottom bracket in it, new Tiagra 4700, perfectly adequate for what I need it for. I'm not a pro. Running a 4 III power meter. That's quite a new one. I normally run the Stages crankbase one on the Reacto, so I thought I'd give these one a try. So that's kitted with that, so I've been doing some testing with that on the rollers, getting some good readings from that. Very, very happy with them. And I think that about wraps this video up. There'll be some more coming with some more individual content. It was just really to see what it comes out like. It's not something, again, I say I've done before. So yeah, hopefully we'll get some more new videos out. Big shout out, Active Root. Such good stuff. You must try it. Take care, guys. Happy cycling and enjoy the indoor winter training season. Take care.